Good morning, everyone. It is February the 25th. We have 3 days left in this month because I'm pretty sure we don't have a leap year this year since it's an odd year. So that's about all I know about February, to be honest with you. It's a Tuesday. Welcome, everyone. Good to see you. Wolfram, thank you for doing your Modly Mod duties. Deviants, more good morning. 80s Music Man. Alice G and Janie J, good morning. So, our first news is sad. In fact, we have three passings this morning that are, well, kind of sad. The first passing is Roberta Flack, the legendary Killing Me Softly singer, is dead at 88. She had an amazing voice range. I am so jealous. The high soprano, the high notes that she could hit, it was amazing. Unless I'm thinking of the wrong person, which is fairly possible. Good morning, Denise Sells. Roberta Flack, the Grammy Award-winning singer best known for Killing Me Softly with his song, has passed away. She was 88. We are heartbroken that the glorious Roberta Flack passed away this morning, February 24th, 2025, Flack's rep said in a statement to the Post. She died peacefully surrounded by her family. Roberta broke boundaries and records. She was also a proud educator, the statement said. Flack was battling several health challenges in the years leading up to her death. She publicly revealed that she had ALS in late 2022. The progressive disease has made it impossible to sing and not easy to speak, Flack's manager Suzanne Koga said in a release at the time, but it will take a lot more than ALS to silence this icon. The 2022 release also said that the famous singer and pianist plans to stay active in her musical and creative pursuits through her eponymous foundation and other venues. Flack was born in North Carolina as the daughter of a church organist. She learned how to play classic piano at a young age. When she was 15, she got a scholarship to Howard University in Washington, D.C., where her singing and piano talents were discovered. She was later signed to Atlantic Records Group. Flack was best known for hits like Killing Me Softly with his song and First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, the latter of which catapulted her into stardom after Clint Eastwood used the soundtrack for a love scene in his 1971 movie, Play Misty for Me. I have never seen that movie, but hey, if it's got Roberta Flack songs in it, I'm game. For both songs, Flack won back-to-back Grammy Awards for Record of the Year in 1973 and 1974. She was the first artist to accomplish this feat. Flack's other famous song is Feel Like Making Love, which came out in 1974. Over her career, Flack won 5 Grammys out of 14 nominations. She released 15 albums, her final one being a Beatles recital called Let It Be Roberta, which came out in 2012. One of the hassles of being a black female musician is that people are always backing you into a corner and telling you to sing soul, she once told Time. I'm a serious artist. I feel kinship with people like Arthur Rubinstein and Glenn Gould. If I can't play Bartok when I want to play. In 2020, Flack also advocated for causes like civil rights in her music and told NPR that every single song I've recorded expresses something deeply personal to me. Each was my singular focus, whether in the studio or on the stage. Well, I can't imagine a better way to pass, surrounded by family and friends after living a full and long and, packed life. So, goodbye, Roberta Flack. Thank you for your songs. And look, I didn't discover you until the Fugees did a remake, but I was born before your time. But I did discover you, and I love your original, Killing Me Softly, and I love the Fugees. I can do both. I really can. In other tinfoil hat Dale Gribble news, this seems awful convenient, except that he was 93 and, well, I mean, death comes for all of us, and 93 he might catch you. So the Secret Service agent who tried to shield President Kennedy and the First Lady in Dallas has passed at 93. Clint Hill, the Secret Service agent who ran into the line of fire to shield President John F. Kennedy and the First Lady in Dallas on November 22, 1963, passed away Friday. He was 93 years old. Hill's heroic scramble to protect Jackie Kennedy in the moments after the president was shot became an indelible image of the 1963 assassination. A Secret Service agent leaping across the back of a limousine and pushing the First Lady down from the trunk of the car into her seat to cover her and the fatally wounded president. In a statement Monday, the Secret Service praised Hill's unwavering dedication and exceptional service. Clint's career exemplified the highest ideals of public service, the statement said. We mourn the loss of a respected colleague and a dear friend whose contributions to the agency and the nation will forever be remembered. Now, Hill was assigned to the First Lady's detail that day and was riding in a car directly behind the president as the motorcade drove through Dealey Plaza. As shots rang out, Hill said he kept his eyes trained on Kennedy as he jumped across the dashboard as the car sped away and gave another Secret Service agent a thumbs down. Hill remained tortured by his memories of that day, speaking in the sparse number of public interviews he did over the years, as he believed that if he had gotten to the car faster, he could have saved the president's life. I had a sense that we all had a responsibility to protect the president that day, and we failed, Hill told CNN Jake Tapper years later. I was the only one who had a chance to do anything, he said. The way everything developed, the way the other agents were positioned, I was the only one who had a chance to get to the car and do anything, and I couldn't get there fast enough. Born in Lemoore, North Dakota, Hill, who was an agent and given the code name Dazzle, Razzle Dazzle, hey, he might be a fellow bedazzler, or he was. Served under 4 presidents as well: Dwight Eisenhower, Lyndon Johnson, Richard Nixon, and Gerald Ford. He was eventually forced to retire at 43 because of his PTSD from the Kennedy assassination. The Hill family said in a statement Monday that his service at the White House spanned the Cold War, the Cuban Missile Crisis, the assassinations of JFK and RFK, as well as Martin Luther King Jr., the Civil Rights Movement, the Vietnam War, and Watergate. He is survived by his wife, Lisa McCubbin Hill, sons and grandchildren. I hope he didn't carry that guilt his entire life. Things happen. It just happens, and he wasn't there, but he couldn't have gotten there unless he was a faster runner. So it is sad that he carried that his entire life. I do hope that he passed surrounded by family, and, we have those big miss-ups. We have those things where things just don't work out, and it is sad that he carried that with him his entire life. Now, I don't know this gentleman, but apparently he was big in sports ball. So, rest in peace, Al Trotwig, longtime voice of MSG Network, died at 68. Well, true, but he wasn't the one deciding where things go. A legendary New York sports broadcaster has passed. Longtime MSG Network broadcaster Al Tartwig passed away. His former colleague Alan Hahn revealed in a post on social media Monday. Trotwig's son Alex told the Associated Press that his father had died on Sunday at home on Long Island from complications of cancer. He was 68. Now, the Long Island native has been a mainstay in New York sport fans' homes over his decade-long broadcasting career, covering everything from the Yankees to the Knicks and the Rangers, as well as the New York Marathon and the Olympics. Trotwig even made a cameo in the Disney classic Cool Runnings, which told the story of the debut of the Jamaican national bobsled team. Jamaica has a bobsled team. I love that movie. Cool Runnings had to be, again, one of those ridiculous 90s movie, but I loved Cool Runnings. I hope you didn't know, but Jamaica has a bobsled team. And then they sell them a janky bobsled, and I was mad at everyone when they had the janky bobsled, because they worked so hard to run on ice, daggone it. And I can't even run on regular land, so I was just proud of them. But I'm hoping that he passed again, with family, and is no longer in pain, because I know at the end stage of cancer, it is just every day is a struggle. So I hope that he is now no longer in pain. And we have come to the end of the RIP section of our news stories and go to the FAFO section of our news stories, because this could only happen to a dude. I swear to all that is Christmas. This is a dude thing. This is totally a guy thing. And are we shocked that this is a Florida man story? But we have a Florida man story. A Florida fisherman bitten by a shark pulled overboard in the Everglades. 2 seconds won't do anything. Yes, it is about to get as dumb as you think it is. Shocking video captured the moment a fisherman was bitten by a shark that pulled him overboard into the murky waters of the Florida Everglades Friday, seconds after he shrugged off his friend's warning. The frightening ordeal unfolded after the man went to rinse his hand in the water as his pal cautioned him of the dangers. "I wouldn't put your hands in there," a person off camera says. 2 seconds won't do anything," the man replies as he bends over the boat and dips his hands into the shark-infested freaking water. Almost instantly, a shark chomps down on the fisherman's right hand and drags him headfirst into the water as he screams. Darwin in action. F-A-F-O. F-A-F-O. If the Cajun man with the strong accent tells you not to put your daggone hand in the water, you listen to the Cajun man. He knows what the hell he's doing. And there are crocodiles in there too. Use Purell for the love of all that is Cheetos and flapjacks. For the love of all that is holy. My youngest, most feral would do this. Now, the shark releases its grip and the man tries to grab onto the boat with his injured hand, leaving a bloody handprint behind. Because he is what we like to call a Dumas. Well, he got, his glasses didn't fall off. That's pretty good. The National Park Service reminds you, do not FAFO. The National Park Service said the man was airlifted to Jackson South Medical Center by Miami-Dade fire rescue personnel. The extent of the man's injuries is unclear. Russo shared the video as a warning to others. Today's was one of the scariest days on the water I've ever had. After releasing a snook, Nick washed his hands in the water and was immediately bitten by a large lemon shark. Russo said there was no chum or blood in the water, but the shark still attacked. The sharks are no joke in the Everglades, and the warning about keeping your hands out of the water is not an exaggeration, he noted. Please take this as a lesson to keep your hands out of the water because this could have been prevented. Florida man, if the water is full of critters that hate us and want to eat us and see us as chicken nuggets, keep your hands out of the water. What is wrong with you? I feel like these are things I shouldn't have to say. Okay. But for everyone in the class, if you're in the Florida Everglades, keep your hands out of the water. Again, I didn't think I'd have to give this, PSA, but there you go. In heartbreaking and I'm going to need to get Lord Chippy. I don't know what the heck is wrong with humanity, but people are testing my very last nerve today. I mean, let me deal with this person and we will have justice, allegedly, in Minecraft. An American tourist, 18, fatally tosses a newborn out of the hotel window in Paris. What in the asshole rapture is this? Look, I need all of us to start praying for an a-hole rapture. Now, it's going to be a reverse of the actual rapture, but basically the biggest a-holes just disappear one day. I don't know. I hope that, there's a miracle and they just all disappear, because I think if we got rid of all the big a-holes, we'd actually do pretty fine down here. I mean, I'm not the smartest person, but I think I figured that out. An 18-year-old American tossed her newborn out of a 2-story window at a Paris hotel on Monday, and unfortunately, that baby did not survive. Screams erupted at the Ibis-style hotel in the city's bohemian 20th arrondissement or administrative district around 6 a.m., according to Paris Match. Now, police rushed to the scene and found the baby, who could not be revived. Screw this woman sideways with a cactus, and a big one. Excuse me. Sorry for the mental image, but this woman, ugh. The Paris prosecutor's office said in a statement to the Post, the young mother was taken into custody at the budget hotel, the prosecutor's office said. Authorities are investigating whether the horrific accident was a case of denial of pregnancy, in which the new mother is not aware she is pregnant until the birth and is not able to accept she is pregnant, the office said. The teen has only been identified as a U.S. national who is part of a group of traveling young adults. The case will be investigated as a homicide of a minor under the age of 15, according to the statement. Listen, I have 6 kids, but if people needed to drop off their kiddos so they could get a minute alone, I'm here. Like, this is so heartbreaking and so redonkulous. There are people out there that want children so badly, that will take them, even if, there's a little bit of issues, if they, are born addicted or things like that, or, have special needs. There are so many people that want kiddos. It's amazingly heartbreaking that this happened. In other heartbreaking news, mostly for me, but I am a mega Phil Collins fan. Like, give me Phil Collins playing the drums, and I am there. I love the 80s because you could look like an accountant at a bank and still be Phil Collins. The man was bald as all get out, looked like, an assessor for an insurance company, but could play the drums like a god. And I am sad that I never got to see him play live along with Rush, but, that would mean I'd have to go outside and be with people. So there is that drawback. Phil Collins, 74, reveals sad health update after retiring. I've been very sick. Phil Collins gave a sad update on his health condition. The Genesis rocker, 74, opened up about his health woes that forced him into retirement in a new interview with Mojo magazine. I keep thinking I should go downstairs to the studio and see what happens, but I'm not hungry for it anymore, Collins shared. The thing is, I've been sick. I mean, very sick. No, we can't lose Phil Collins. Okay, God and tiny baby Jesus. I am just throwing this out there as a friend and loyal constituent. But Kevin Spacey is still here. I'm just saying, of all the options, we have Kevin Spacey. Can we keep Phil Collins and we will spot you, Kevin Spacey, and bring back Betty White? Just a thought. Thank you, Lord. In a 2024 documentary, Phil Collins, Drummer First, the musician addressed his health battle, which left him unable to play the drums. It's still kind of sinking in a bit, the Grammy winner admitted. I've spent all my life playing the drums, and to suddenly not be able to do that is a shock. Collins started playing the drums at 5, sharing that the movement had taken a toll on his hands and legs. Even if I can't do it as well as I did, I'd rather relax and not do anything at all. The star added, if I wake up one day and I can hold a pair of drumsticks, then I'll have a crack at it, but it just feels like I've used my air miles. He played his final show in March 2022 alongside his Genesis bandmates Mike Rutherford and Tony Banks at London's 2 Arena. The Against All Odds and Take a Look at Me Now singer performed while sitting down and joked that he'd have to find a real job amid his ongoing health battle. During the show, his son Nick played the drums. While he didn't give any further details on his condition, Collins has suffered several issues over the years. Again, you can look like an accountant for an actuary firm and play the drums like a freaking god. And Phil Collins with long hair trying to be a hippie. It's weird to see young Phil Collins, I'm not going to lie. I'm used to old Phil Collins. Again, he looks like your math teacher, but can play the drums like a freaking master. In 2017, Collins was diagnosed with foot drop, a condition that left him without sensation in one of his feet. At the time, he said the condition was a result of a back operation which made it difficult to walk. In the documentary, Nick shared that his father had major surgery on his neck in 2015. Collins has used a cane to walk since then. Ooh, and he joined the Cripple Club. He is like my favorite. Bohemian Phil Collins. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, but this would have been my jam. I mean, if he didn't smell like patchouli oil. But that's my type. Just saying. Musicians, people in bands, and in general had this thought that we are invincible, Nick elaborated. I think that's really what it is with my dad, just a sense that you're a drummer, you're invincible, you do what you do, but you don't know it's going to take a toll in the long run. I'd love to play, but there are certain physical things that get in the way, the English rock star told BBC Breakfast in 2021. Collins has been suffering health issues since 2007 when he dislocated a vertebrae in his neck, leaving him with severe nerve damage to his hands. Collins is a 8-time Grammy winner whose hits include In the Air Tonight, Sussudio, Against All Odds, and You'll Be in My Heart. Yes, just watch Tarzan. It is a 40 or 90-minute long Phil Collins music video. Thank you, Disney. You haven't done much lately that I appreciate, but the hour-long Phil Collins, musical was great. Yeah, I don't know. I do wonder if baby Phil Collins is younger. In He is a Hero and We Salute You, but we don't, condone violence here because that is bad and a no-no. But, young man, your bravery in saving your mother, I know it cost you a lot. To take a life is not easy, but you saved your mom. And doggone it, that makes you a hero in my book. A 15-year-old shoots and red rums mom's abusive baby daddy after he laid hands on her. I see no crime here. A 15-year-old boy in Cincinnati is accused of red rumming his mother's abusive baby daddy with a hail of freedom seeds, firing 12 rounds at the man and shooting him, unalive, after he called the teen's mom a hoe and laid hands on her in the face. Levante Hyde, 30, of West Price Hill, was found on Pasadena Avenue in College Hill around 12:45 Thursday after being, taken down by the boy while sitting inside a car, according to the Cincinnati Police Department. Police scanner traffic provided by the website Ragecast and released by local CBS affiliate WKRC details what allegedly happened that night, with Hyde being unalived after he was accused earlier in the day of attacking the teen's mom while they were driving. The woman was reportedly at the scene of the shooting and notified police afterwards. The woman's son has been charged with murder. She has 2 other kids with Hyde, who is not the father of the alleged shooter. I have 1 detained, an officer said over the scanner. I believe that she called 911. Her son is the one that shot her baby daddy, and the baby daddy was shot in the car. Now, officers and paramedics were dispatched to the scene, and Hyde was transported to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. Now, the teen appeared in court on Friday and reportedly denied the charges against him. Now, prosecutors say that the attack was premeditated. He had time to find a firearm, open a safe, retrieve that firearm, wait for the victim to arrive, and ultimately ended up firing 12 shots when the victim did succumb to his injuries, said Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Tiana Regentes with Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office, according to NBC affiliate WLWT. A request has been made to move the teen's case to adult court. His next court date is March 3rd. Now, court documents obtained by local Fox affiliate WXIX show that a warrant has been issued for Hyde's arrest Thursday for a misdemeanor DV charge. A temporary protection order was issued that required Hyde to stay away from the teen's mom after the driving incident. Now, police say that the couple was driving to the store in the 1700 block of Elmore Street in South Cummingsville when the alleged assault happened. Hyde called the victim a, hoe, the arrest affidavit alleged Thursday, according to WXIX. A verbal argument ensued, and Mr. Hyde began to lay hands on the victim's face several times with a closed fist while driving. Now, court records show that Hyde has a history of DV and has been charged with assault and damaging, property in 2017, with the boy's mom being the alleged victim in that case as well. He was convicted in 2018 of a lesser charge in order to stay away from her. Now, Mama, why do you keep bringing... Oh, good idea. Permanent injuries. I like that. So I don't know how I feel about this case. I do see the state's point that it seems very premeditated. I mean, he kind of set it up. On the other hand, Mama, why are you bringing this man back into the house if he lays hands on you? If your kiddos see this and they think this is normal. I know it's hard to not, you have kids with this person, but no, just no. Well, in another FAFO, a North Carolina 16-year-old breaks down and cries for his mother after being charged for as an adult. Again, FAFO. The laws are changing. We are fully out of compassion right now. We are tired of people making excuses for bad behavior. So yes, you will be charged as an adult. Adults are coming back into the criminal justice, thing. I hope we don't pendulum too far to the 3 strikes you're out, but we need to, absolutely start taking things seriously and not letting people, use excuses to get away with stuff that they should be taking responsibility for, in my opinion. And thank you, New York Post, for having a video that has not one daggone thing to do with this, but cute lion. So there we go. That is a sweatshirt. Why does he have cotton balls, like, bedazzled on it? A North Carolina teen was brought to tears and screaming in disbelief and needed to be held up by court officers after he was told by a judge that he would be charged as an adult for murder. Sean Simpson, 16, was charged with first-degree murder last month for allegedly shooting Zaquavius Dawkins, also 16, on January 16 in Gastonia, located about 20 miles outside of Charlotte, WCCB reported. Now, the alleged unaliver was seen sobbing and unable to stand on his own as the judge appointed him a capital defender, denied him bail, and told him he would be charged as an adult. I love you, Mama. I love you, Mama, Simpson wailed out as he was escorted out of the courtroom on January 29th. He allegedly, gunned down Dawkins as he was walking with a friend to pick up items for his disabled mother at Dollar General when a black Tesla drove past them and a boy, identified as Simpson, yelled at them from the back passenger seat, the Gaston Gazette reported. Now the Tesla turned and headed toward the boys, prompting them to run away. Simpson then allegedly started to, use his force multiplier at them from the back of the car as they fled, hitting Dawkins in the right shoulder. Now, the teen was found by police covered in blood in a parking lot and had passed from his injuries. His friend was also injured but survived the shooting. So this is Zaquavius Dawkins, the young man who passed. Now, Simpson was arrested 2 days later by the Gastonia Police Department at the Gaston Adolescent Center, a facility for children with emotional and behavioral difficulties. The teen killer had been receiving treatment at the center when he was arrested. Dawkins' aunt, Denise Wilson, who was in court when Simpson was charged, told WCCB that her nephew and Simpson had problems with each other last year, but had believed that they had kind of settled the beef. Wilson also shared that Dawkins was a sweet, kind boy who would do anything for anybody, and this has left his family in shambles. For him to not be here today, we're all heartbroken, she said. We're heartbroken. Dawkins' grandmother, Evelina Dawkins, said that her grandson's death has affected more than just his family. It's affecting everybody, even the neighborhood he lives in, Evelina said, biting back tears. Simpson is believed to be one of the first teenagers charged under a new state law enacted on December 1st that can charge 16 and 17-year-olds as adults if they are accused of committing a Class A through E felony, including murder. He now faces a potential grand jury indictment for the Dawkins murder. Yeah, he, again, my sympathy is just not there anymore. I'm sorry, I wish it was, but you do bad things, you do adult bad things, you rob someone of their life, you're going to have to pay the price. Well, my UK friends, a UK club has found an ingenious way to pacify, people that were complaining about all of the noise. A nightclub has found a genius way to pacify noise-weary neighbors, and it totally sucks. Giggity. A nightclub operator in northern England is eager to keep the peace with noise-weary neighbors and has devised a delicious plan to keep patrons quiet as they exit the club during the early morning hours. They're passing out lollipops. I mean, giggity. Are they special lollipops? That would be funny. As daft as it sounds, people tend to become quiet when they have something in their mouth. That's what she said. Phrasing. David Nurup, operation director at Carousel and Home, two popular haunts in Leeds, told Yorkshire Evening Post. Now, the party place was recently approved to serve liquor well into the wee hours, a move that reportedly had the residents on the street on edge. Neighbors had complained previously about the noise and other nuisances and were worried that the switch up would worsen the issue. While other precautions were taken to minimize disturbance, the most unusual part of the plan has drawn significant attention. The customers will now be handed out complimentary suckers as they head to the door. Turns out this tasty tactic has been implemented at late-night spots around the world throughout the years. In one British city more than 20 years ago, ABC News previously reported local police even paid for 13,000 treats to be handed out as part of a test run. While it hasn't hit mainstream New York City, the number one party town in the USA, it could likely be a success as the city has hit a sugar rush. Bon Bon, a Swedish confectionery on the Lower East Side that is open till midnight, has become an unlikely nightlife hotspot and has even designated a candy bouncer. Last week, we came here instead of going to the bars, Katie Miller, 23, told the Post. It was a grand Saturday night. So there you go. Everyone likes suckers. Also, the looks you will get if you are sucking on a blow pup on a highway. I have never been honked at more by truckers. I was like, it's just a blow pop. I swear to goodness, I just have a candy addiction. This is in no way an invitation. But I'm sure I was quite popular. Popular. I'm gonna be popular. No, I'm not. And I've never even seen that movie. I do want to see it, but it looks kind of like a trip, and honestly, I'd want to be enhanced. Not gonna lie. What in the name of all that is holy, unholy, goodness, and hoodness, and for the love of Bob Ross? I was looking at moving to New Hampshire. I can't now. A New Hampshire grocery employee arrested for peeing on food and filming it after cops find a trove of similar videos dating back 4 years. And it's a chick. I was surprised. I was really thinking it was going to be a weird looking dude. Sorry for profiling my male, followers. A New Hampshire woman was arrested on Friday after police found footage of her piddling on food products at the grocery store where she was employed. What in the Letitia Stalk is going on here? Look, I don't care if you want to do weird stuff like Cartman's mom, but do not do it on my... What happened to you? Why are you like this? I feel like I just would be doing that the entire thing. Nick Starr, I will say that the bonbons are awesome. And I would order more, but all the Swedish candy shops seem to be very popular right now. So it's taking like forever to get here. And honest to goodness, it is I don't need more candy in my life. Not gonna lie. Trying to be better. And thanks to this chick, I'm never gonna eat a vegetable again. Unless it's frozen and packaged. And I don't even want to know what the hell goes on in the factory, but now I'm never going to eat produce again unless I dip it in bleach. Good Lord. Kelly Tedford, 23, allegedly tainted, phrasing, a slew of products at Monadnock Food Co-op in New Hampshire with her piddle, costing the grocery store roughly $1,500 for the ruined products and cleaning expenses. I have questions. We don't have an aimer. So was she just straddling the apple cart? Like, how do you. I know this was shocking to my boys, but girls don't have aim. So how is this happening? Is she putting the things in her, crotchular area? I don't want to. Look, I have a great imagination. Think Sarah Boone. Think Letitia Stalk. Oh, good Lord. So did they catch her just straddling like the apple cart? What the hell is going on with this chick? What is wrong with you? I need a full, like, mental rundown. What the hell is wrong with this chick? And welcome, Shizzy Raiders. Thanks for coming in and good to see you all. The grocery store also had to issue a recall for its organic quinoa, cornmeal, polenta, coconut shreds, and walnuts after Tedford had apparently relieved herself on the products. Why? Ooh. This isn't Tedford's first time peeing in places she shouldn't. Um, look, we can't have you in our society. You're just gonna need to go to Snake Island. You can pee on all the snakes. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. I I'm just imagining those big barrels like you see at Trader Joe's, and she's just straddling them and just piddling, and oh dear God. If anything, it was a bit of a hobby for the young grocery store employee. I mean, I cross stitch, she pees in public. I'm not okay with that. The police recovered multiple videos of Tedford posting her online showing her peeing on produce, surfaces, and other objects. The oldest video dates back to 2021. After reviewing the videos, and I'm sure covering themselves in Purell and taking a shot of liquor, police surmised that the serial public piddler had likely tormented not only the grocery store, but a slew of nearby communities with her disturbing delinquency. She is. Okay, Elon, we just need you to send her to Mars. Look, she doesn't go to this school. I'm just saying she can. We need it terraformed, and I think we have plenty of people to help. Sarah Boone is the best of the best, so let's send our best of the best. Now, Tedford was released on her own recognizance. No, keep this heifer in jail. This thunder cow needs to stay in jail. She also needs to wear Depends, and they need to be outside of her clothes and with the little blue indicator when she's piddling. So, no, hell no. Why did we let this chick go? This is a terrible idea. Do I need to become a judge? I mean, I'm pretty sure I can't order the DP, but I mean, at this point, this is gross. Police have launched an investigation with additional criminal charges possible in the future. So far, she's only been charged with felony criminal mischief. Somehow, contaminating consumables is not a novelty in the United States. In California, an HIV-positive man dubbed the Piss Bandit. Y'all, this is how we get final form Jesus. You want the end of the world. You want to bring back Jesus and get us all raptured. This is the shit that's going to bring him back. And y'all, I am not ready for the rapture. I make way too many irreverent jokes, and I don't want to be stuck here with frickin' Nicolas Cage. So, for the love of all that is unholy, goodness and hoodness, and Bob Ross, could we please stop being degenerates? Took it upon himself to leave bottles filled with pee-pee around a Pasadena neighborhood as means of taunting them. The community was floored by his sheer dedication and seemingly superhuman bladder. That's it. We need to round all these people up, send them to Snake Island. That is my final thing. Just no. And I am searing this face into my mind because if I do move to New Hampshire, uh, I'm profiling. And if I find her, I'm asking her a lot of questions. Again, the aim and everything else. In interesting news, on this day, today is Tuesday, February 25th, the 56th day of 2025, with 309 to follow. Let's see here. The moon is waning. Morning stars are Jupiter, Mars, and Uranus. Evening stars are Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, and Venus. Those born on this date are under the sign of Pisces, and they include artists. Well, I thought we were gonna. Well, on today, Dennis Rader was, finally caught because he, like me, trusted, the wrong people with tech support. He's like, you can't, find me. And then he didn't know about metadata. I always love that he's like, y'all won't, lie to me. Like, well, it was shenanigans at an Idaho town hall that turned into chaos after a Democratic legislative candidate was dragged out by security for heckling speakers. Does she have zip ties? Or are they trying to get her in zip ties? This looks like a redonkulous. She is a tiny person. Just get her out. Put her over your shoulder and run. Republicans hosted a legislative town hall meeting in northern Idaho that descended into chaos after 3 plainclothes security workers forcibly removed a woman who was heckling the speakers. The incident Saturday at Coeur d'Alene High School was first reported by Coeur d'Alene Press and drew widespread attention after videos of the turbulence were posted online. Now more than $200,000 has been raised for Teresa Borenpole's legal costs, and the police chief has asked to have the security firm's business license revoked. The city attorney's office has also dismissed a misdemeanor battery citation against Borenpole in the interest of justice. Now, Coeur d'Alene Police Chief Lee White said Monday that detectives are reviewing a video to determine whether security officers violated any rights. Roughly 550 people attended the legislative town hall hosted by Kootenai County Republican Central Committee, said the organization's chairperson, Brent Reagan. All of them were told that security officers were present and anyone who refused to respect the rights of others would be removed from the event. Still, videos show cheers and jeers erupting when she was taken out. So, yeah, it does look like they went a little overboard, but honest to goodness, why can't we just sit down and have a talk? You yelling and calling everyone, istophobia, we can't talk. And if we can't talk, then the next thing comes is, hands up and, laying hands. So how about you guys stop screaming and start talking to people on the other side? Don't assume that someone is, hateful until you talk to them, because I think you'd be shocked. And that goes both ways. I think once we actually talk to people and get rid of the cray-cray. True. Okay, they had a plan, in I think the 40s or 50s to put lithium in our water. I say we take the fluoride out and put lithium in. Mo for president, lithium for everyone. I would run on that. I am not gonna lie. I would totally run on that. JKD Buck, I have wondered if I would feel better doing that whole screaming in the wood things and beating the crap out of a stick. I may try that this weekend. I mean, it seems like kind of fun. I'll probably get calls from the neighbors. Can you imagine the 911 call? There's a weird woman out here beating sticks. She says she's having scream therapy, but there's no one else out there. In what the Walmart rapture, a ramen shop owner places a cash bounty on the head of customers who left bad reviews. Why am I getting City Walk from South Park vibes here? Which I love South Park. They got served. A ramen shop placed a bounty on the heads of two male customers who left them a bad review. I mean,
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
I mean, let's see how it pays off. The owner of Toyojoro, a highly rated Joro-style ramen restaurant in Kyoto, Japan, took to Instagram to declare war, threatening the duo who slapped his eatery with an awful one-star review. He also posted their photos, along with a cash reward, to whomever could identify them, according to Dextero. I just saw your post and you seem a bit weird. We try not to treat people like you as customers, so it's fine, the owner said in a post, which has since been removed. But you could probably avoid eating out. Someday someone like you will get screwed. I don't care, just come directly and I'll deal with you. I am sure that there is something lost in translation in these insults. Because right now, I have never heard, I have never heard of that, but I totally want one now because it has damn it in it. Hey Joe, that is my dream vacation. I would love to go to Japan. I need Max Murrow there to make sure I don't do anything, well, Tumo like. Look, I don't want to offend. I have great respect for Japanese culture, and I would need like a cultural interpreter slash shenanigans stopper. I would just need that. Like, no, that's not your left hand. Or, you know, when I try to do my really broken, Japanese Spanglish, and they'll just look at me like, oh, sweetheart, you tried. We can see you're blonde. Never mind. We'll give you a pass. The restaurant also posted to its Instagram story offering a reward of 100,000 yen or $662 per customer for anyone that can track them down, saying the search would continue until the two revisited the establishment and wrote a positive review. He's like, you come back and you write positive. I make positive. You can't kidnap people and force them to come back to your restaurant so you have a mulligan. The only thing he can do is come back, eat again, and write a good review with a photo. I told him I won't forgive him otherwise, not even for the safety of his family. Chiblets, criblets. It's just noodles, dude. I mean, it's ramen, and it could be good, but Okay, y'all, holy fazoli's. My mom used to make ramen noodles and just throw the season packet on there. No water. Dry and sodium. So I think that's where I got my great aversion to sodium because it was too salty for me. And holy fazoli's, I hated ramen until I learned and I looked at the package and you're supposed to add water to it. My mom was like, you never make it with water. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? It's supposed to have broth. So, yes, one does not simply walk into the ramen place and drop a bad review. This after social media, oh goodness, not even for the safety of his family. If he does that, he'll be unalived right away. This kid is so scared, the owner penned. Well, okay, sweetheart, ramen omer, come here, Mama Mo. People don't like to be threatened with red rum if you want them to come back to your ramen noodle place. And honestly, that doesn't look so great. The meat is kind of, I don't know if that's horse meat or real meat, but ew. I know there are pros and cons for an act that went too far. I'm reflecting on this. I look forward to reflecting and moving forward. He wrote after he take down, the whole like I'll threaten you to unalive for noodles. Now, the restaurant itself also apologized for the owner's braising volatile tirade in the Instagram post that has since been deleted. Our restaurant, which achieved champion status on Japan's largest ramen site, Ramen Database, just 1 month after opening, deeply regrets the recent incident we have caused. This incident has resulted in a shameful outcome for us, and we're committed to transforming ourselves and becoming a ramen restaurant that is truly supported by customers from around the world. Now, yeah, I mean, I know in Japanese culture, shame is a big thing, and I do hope that they can move forward. And look, everyone makes mistakes, everyone is human. But I do know in certain Asian cultures, shame is a really big thing, and I hope that they can move forward and they don't let it get them down. You know, it is a little bit worrisome because I know how big honor is, and I don't want anyone to do anything rash. And our last little couple stories, Kodiak bears are treated to a Minecraft birthday party. My boys would be in heaven. So it looks like, oh, that's so cute. They made little boxes and everything. No, I don't want to. I don't want to do anything with. No, stop. No, I don't want an account. Oh, for the love of Cheetos. I don't I never want an account. I'm trying to think about getting Instagram and doing a podcast, but honest to Bob, it's like one more thing. A pair of Kodiak bears living in a Wisconsin zoo celebrated their 10th birthday with a party themed after their favorite activity or after a favorite activity among humans in their age group, Minecraft. Munzie and Boda, Kodiak bears rescued from the wild in Alaska when their mother was killed in 2015, celebrated their 10th birthday at Wildwood Park and Zoo with a Minecraft themed party complete with toys and snacks made to resemble objects from the popular video game. Munzie and Boda enjoyed playing with a little Minecraft yesterday during their 10th birthday party, the zoo said on social media. They're definitely good at destroying. Let's see if this one will pull up without being an absolute butt monkey. Oh, so they've got, I have no idea what that is. I don't play Minecraft because I'm not 12 and a half and a boy or young. The bears were two of three cubs rescued in Alaska in 2015. Their third sibling, a female coda, lives among grizzly bears at the Toledo Zoo. So if you are, near the Wisconsin Zoo, your bears have turned 10 and they're very happy. It looks like they went all out, and that's really cute. But I do feel bad because they're still, in a zoo. In What the Walmart Rapture, why is this dude so popular? Look, he permanently injured a dude on a freaking street, has Groucho Mark eyebrows, and is freaking ridiculous. He wants to talk about pain in his back when he biked 15 miles to go red rum this guy. I can barely lift my legs someday. You don't see me out there, becoming Batman and dispensing justice because that's, not my job. But people are morons, and they're making me question my faith in humanity. Luigi Mangioni's fancy trial loafers spark a 1,400% Google search spike, the new summer footwear fashion. Luigi Mangione fans are doing some serious soul searching. Well, they should, because I swear to God, why are you this man, permanently injured a man on the street? I feel like I'm living in crazy town. Although most would not literally want to be in the accused killer's shoe right now, his chic courtroom loafers are virtually in vogue. This is going to be the new summer footwear fashion. Forecaster on TrendSpotter on X hailed Mangione's brown formal kicks as the hottest look for the forthcoming season. A shoe that'll get you from misdemeanor to felony with comfort. A shoe that will get you through a grand jury and a conviction. I mean, I don't know how they're going to, sell this or market this, but this will be awesome. The 26-year-old stepped out in casual sock free. Ooh, we're going Miami Vice. At his hearing Friday, when a Manhattan Supreme Court judge denied requests to delay his case in connection with the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Now, Mangione allegedly shot Thompson, 50, in the wee hours of the morning on December 4th. The jailed Jen Zier has pled not guilty and is currently being held in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. For his ill-fated attempt to postpone legal proceedings, Mangione, who has amassed a gaggle of ridiculous rejects, or googly-eyed groupies, donned a bulletproof vest over a cable knit. Why are we giving fashion? I see he worked on his eyebrows. Get a life. Now, I've seen this a little bit in my life, but this reminds me of the chicks who dressed up like Charles Manson or got really infatuated with a Night Stalker. Ma'ams, come over here to Mama Mo. Coach closer. What the hell is wrong with you? What makes you attracted to men that are behind bars that have done bad things? You cannot change them. Look, it's all romantical to assume that you can be the one that changes his life and, makes him choose good. That's not reality. If he doesn't want to do good, he's not going to do good because, some people just don't have do right in them. Now, for story time, we've got a little story time. And I am hoping to God that my boys are good at church next week. We had a gentleman who I didn't know but was really big in children's church pass away. And this morning, my son told me, my youngest, most feral, we all know it's the youngest, most feral, comes up to me and says, I'm going to get a gift for the widow that's still here. And I was like, oh, are you going to write him a card? He said, no, I'm going to go ghost busting. I'm going to find his ghost and bring him back to her. But I think I need to tell her before that so she knows I'm going to bring a ghost home. And I'm sitting there trying to figure out how I'm going to explain to him to not effing say that ever to her. I'm like, sweetheart, that's a beautiful thought, but how about we keep that inside until we find the ghost? And he's like, I know ghosts are real. I'm going to find him and bring him back because she's sad, which is very, very sweet. But also, why? Let's see. The flooring is in. Mr. Mo has to add more outlets because apparently it wasn't up to code now that we've added a new wall. But hopefully in the next week I'll be able to move things in. I hope. It's been hard for Mr. Mo too. He is not one for chaos, and all of my stuff has erupted in a giant Mo hurricane kind of explosion every which way but, center. So, it is a big thing, but I'm so ready for it because my kiddos are loud. He is going to double soundproof. He won't let me get a biometric lock, which I feel cheated, but I may be able to just lock my door with a big old thing and have a light that says I'm filming, so please leave me alone. That's in my dreams. Now I just have to pick a style. Everything looks good and I want to do everything. That's the problem. I have a maximalist style and I want a minimalist, cute look. And I'm like, oh, but we can put this here and we can get a couple more shelves and I can put all this stuff up. And Mr. Mo is like, did we talk about minimalism? And I was like, I remember you said something about something, but can we add crystals? Anywho, so I invite you guys to join us on the Petty Express. We will be finishing up day 1 of Jeremiah Bass and then going into day 2. It is a rough case, but the Petty Express is where we do rough cases, keep each other's, spirits up, and use dark humor, sarcasm, and, witticisms to get through. We have hearts of gold. They're just, full of dark chocolate and sarcasm. Yeah, I have been trying to keep up with that. I had a super duper productive day yesterday, so I got all of my goal videos done, and now I'm just hoping I can keep that up throughout the week. Because everything's really cool. Monday, you have all the motivation, and then Wednesday and Wednesday is full F deficit day, for me at least. Usually it is. So I'm hoping to keep that Monday motivation and get that Wednesday grit. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. I am going to go try to tackle some laundry. You know, moms are like the Marines. I got up at 4:30. I folded a bunch of clothes, gone to Walmart, and cleaned a bunch of stuff. So moms are like the Marines. We get a lot of stuff done. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, but carry a can of bitch fire because kindness doesn't mean doormat anymore. Bye, you guys.